Maybe I shouldn't be so picky. My PB in this game is absolute garbage. 3, 2, 1, go.
Benjamin and his father climbed between the rocks. If they moved fast enough, they could probably see the fountain before darkness fell. Benjamin had brought sandwiches especially. They had no crusts. Benjamin's father insisted on that. They were meticulously
I don't
crafted,
understand
packed away in neat
eating
boxes.
bread or sandwiches without crusts.
For as many cycles
wrong
as
with
he
crust?
could remember, Benjamin had made the climb with his father. Every time,
That's not
the
good
glow
enough
felt
because-
closer, more tangible.
That's
Benjamin hoped that one day he'd be able to reach.
that might have been a
Benjamin
level,
ran.
PB.
His father had sent word that it was ready, that it was actually done. There had been a few misfires. Benjamin had seen the rectangle who'd tested Mark 26. More of a trapezium now. The jetpack was glorious. Benjamin's father motioned to the switches he'd made, told him to fly to them. Slowly, though.
No.
Benjamin ignored him, of course, hitting the sequence as quickly as possible. He was dying to test this out properly, to fly to the fountain. Just a quick flight up to the fountain. Benjamin was sure his father wouldn't mind. The locked doors were a precaution. The spike walls, a friendly reminder to be aware of his surroundings. That combination lock on the jetpack had, after all, been exceptionally
Nice.
easy to guess.
Oh, that was nice.
Anna was done. The fountain had sounded like a great idea when she started. An adventure. More importantly, it was an adventure she could have alone. But she hadn't been alone. And they had seen her.
Yeah, I've definitely got a setup for that jump. It's just a matter of doing it right.
Benjamin was getting good at this. He could fly. It was important to stay focused, though. He had a fountain to get to.
Ooh. Fine, I'll keep going. That's so bad.
Get to the fountain,
I'm
touch
off
it,
cycle
get
for
home
what
for
I'm
dinner.
expecting.
His father
up
wouldn't even
above.
notice he'd gone anywhere.
That's a load of bullcrap.
The rectangle
Another thing I
seemed
noticed in
remarkably
Fulgent's run
unimpressed
that
by Benjamin's jetpack.
I did watch the run for
She
this
didn't even
game.
ask about
As
it.
I was saying, I never watched
She just
Marquette runs.
Kept looking up and muttering.
That whenever you have to switch between characters,
Anna tried to talk the obnoxiously single-minded
And if-
square out of his
if
plan.
what one of them is doing, if all they're
She
doing
should
is
have left
falling,
Taken the next portal home.
even
and
if you still have to
forgotten
move
about
that
big
character some
spluttering
more,
machine he kept
all they're
motioning
doing
at.
is falling. You can switch to the other character and make use of the time. If that makes sense. So you're not just standing
were
there waiting for that
halfway to
one
the
character to
fountain.
fall, doing
It
nothing,
occurred to Benjamin that
while you
his
could be
father
moving the
would
other
have
character,
become
just
aware of his absence by
inch
now.
that other character closer to
Benjamin hoped he'd be forgiven.
their goal.
You know, the folly of youth.
Yeah, I did kind of demonstrate it there, rockers.
Father had worked so hard on the jetpack.
And there's a lot of first playthrough gnashing teeth and swearing in this level.
Anna tried again. She told Benjamin about the blinding light of the fountain, of the clouds which had defended it. She begged him not to carry on. He laughed it off. He wasn't afraid of clouds, so however pixelated they were, he could fly above
Oh,
them or
come on.
swoop to avoid them. He scared her. Sarah was awed by the square. Its voice boomed, raised above the roar of the jetpack. You don't happen to have any sandwiches, do you?
It's really obnoxious that sometimes the double jump doesn't work. Sometimes it does, because the video game is a meme. Can't really do that with, Anna and Benjamin, though, here, because Benjamin has to float. Can't really stop it. It really makes sense to do Benjamin last there, so he can fly directly into his portal instead of having to
Benjamin
wait
liked the
for it.
little purple fangirl, and she was kind of cute. And she seemed really impressed with his jetpack. This was how Anna should have been looking at him all this time. But no, she was pure naysaying. She did understand the dream he had, the importance of what he was doing. That double jump was cool too.
It was pretty clean.
The Fountain of Knowledge sounded fantastic. Benjamin hadn't told her what it was, really. She suspected he didn't know. He ploughed off ahead while she jumped behind him, helping the increasingly resigned Anna.
I honestly would have loved to hear Mike Bithel's commentary on the DLC.
Anna was definitely done this time. She had tried. The self-aggrandizing square and the purple orator were never going to listen.
His
She locked the door
developer
behind herself.
commentary
She would
on
stay here.
base game is really quite
Safe.
insightful.
She could wait a few
Is
cycles.
this gonna work?
Sarah laughed, but she had no fear now. The doubter, Anna, had hidden away. Benjamin carried her even higher. He swore the fountain was close, that soon she would see him touch it. He said it would reveal great things.
And you don't want to totally hug the wall as Benjamin here, because if you do that, you'll just land on the switch. I'm gonna get a few pixels away
The
from
world
it. That might
surrounding
even
the
be still
fountain was
too close.
brighter
No,
than
that's
the rest.
fine.
Light seemed to engulf the space around it, pouring into the chambers. Benjamin was close. The jetpack was working. Benjamin thought of his father again. He thought about how proud the big square would be of what he'd accomplished.
You just take my hands off the controller now. Out my knuckles a little.
Sarah knew she could not follow Benjamin any further. She
No.
would wait here. He would return soon enough. And
Dang.
he would tell her.
That's
everything.
also disappointing. That's triply
The
disappointing.
lights grew even brighter.
Bud
With
Ruckers.
tears in his eyes, Benjamin ascended.
Bonking on things. Yeah, look. World Ricky in the
Shone
little in-game
before him.
leaderboard for that level is
Its
6
light
seconds.
reverberating off the
My
walls
PB is
percussively.
10 something.
It was awesome. It was everything he had hoped. Sandwiches didn't matter anymore. Cute purple fangirls didn't matter anymore.
Honestly,
It
that's
was only
only,
Benjamin and the fountain
it's one of the only seriously bad
The light
levels in this run.
engulfed Benjamin.
And I would love to hear, Mike Bickle talk about this level in particular, because this level is full of things that you can't see until you land on them or butt your head into them. And I think that's, meant to
Benjamin
reflect Benjamin's
Was
blindness.
blind. He had seen shadows,
I think it does it
bright
really
lights,
well.
data in innumerable and unimaginable combinations. And then it had gone. He wasn't ready. He sat. There was nothing else to do. He'd try and find his way home tomorrow.
This is gonna be a PB by like 5 minutes. That ain't bad.
Sarah fell.
I guess 4 minutes if you
Benjamin was stuck up
if
there.
you count the
She had no idea if she'd ever see
test
him again.
runs I did on this stream before Fleet Fest. I never submitted any of
The
those.
fountain had
Those were all in the
destroyed
17
everything.
range. The Fleet Fest run was an 18.
Unleashed the clouds. It had blinded Benjamin. Sarah swore she would see it again. She'd get back to it. She would
I
know
was
what
honestly
it
just hoping
was
to get sub
and
15.
what it
in
contained.
this. Yeah, that'll do for now. That will absolutely